Live dance because we're going live. Going live. Oh, we're on it.
Carl,
Hello, everyone.
already live, damn it, Carl.
Ah! Hello, everyone. It's Guy Shack from geekingupannotch.co.uk and welcome to this week's Geeking Up a Notch podcast, or as it's been effectively now called, the podcast show.
The podcast show. The
Podcast show.
podcast. Let's get it right here, yeah?
Okay. And we have the star of the show, as always, the one, the mythical, the legendary beast that he is, in girth and in bed. Rebel Punch.
You know it. Thank you. Hello.
As you see, it's just the two of us again. Sadly, Aquadon and Predator Spray could not make it because they have lives. You have a life nowadays.
Yeah, it's this kind of bullshit is unforgivable, quite frankly.
Yeah, we'll have to sort of see what we can do and discipline them over my knee.
Oh, very nice.
A very quick announcement before the podcast gets put into it. I've now got my laptop and everything all back up and running and got the recording software working correctly, so I can now render. So hopefully, from maybe this week, maybe next week, sometime soon, I should be back uploading contents for you people. So suffer with me then. But as always, we're going to start the podcast with games this month, and we'll take it away with Roger himself.
Okay, games this month. So, because we're approaching Christmas, there's a whole buttload of stuff coming out this month. A metric fuckton of gaming goodness. So start off with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which came out on November the 3rd, if you were lucky enough to pick up the Day Zero edition, or November the 4th if you were missed out on the pre-order. So yeah, I mean, I haven't played this. I've heard that it's pretty decent. It's apparently a lot better than Ghosts, which is good. The animation's apparently pretty sweet. And Kevin Spacey, so that's all nice.
Isn't it just Call of Duty Titanfall plus Kevin Spacey?
Well, yeah, no, it's Call of Kevin Spacey, but it is Call of Kevin Spacey. And yeah, I get the feeling that they kind of took the jetpacks from Titanfall, because I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Titanfall, but I absolutely love Titanfall. It's such a great game, and I think they kind of looked at it and went, "Oh shit, we should bring some futuristic elements into COD," and they have done exactly that. I think Day Zero edition, pretty cool. I like that actually.
I like that idea that if you order like the first one for like the special edition, you get it a day early. I thought that was quite a nice touch.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it does kind of open the floodgates to a load of COD dudes who are like, oh, I've got to play it all day because it's double XP on the first day, which is it's kind of annoying because I always got annoyed with Call of Duty because the more you play, the more stuff you get and the more stuff you unlock, which is fair enough. It's natural progression. But if you're a noob and you join like a month later and you're like, hey guys, let's check out Call of Duty, then you realise that you can't win, man. I mean, these guys have got like everything unlocked. They've prestige like 1,000,000 times, and they've got all the perks and everything. And you're there, with your little pea shooter pistol and yeah, I mean, maybe they've addressed that in this one, but I guess that's why I haven't really gone back to it. But yeah, I like the concept of Day Zero, and I hope that they do that maybe for something else in the future.
Evolve.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down and dirty for that. I know we keep talking about Evolve every time we do this podcast, but shit, Evolve is good. And if you didn't play the alpha, oh, man, you missed out. Check out that shit on YouTube.
It's official. I'm buying an Xbox One for Evolve. I've decided my next gen console, Xbox One Evolve.
Brilliant. I love you, and I love that game. Anyway, second game that we've got on this list, Halo the Masterchef Collection, Greg Wallace Special Edition.
Wow.
So this is Halo the Master Chief Collection. This is Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, all in one package, 1080p, 60 frames a second. Halo 1 and 2 are completely remastered. It's got the Halo 5 beta. It's got Halo Nightfall, which is some kind of live series thrown in there with the game. I mean, there's an absolute shitload of content in this package for like £40, which is
oh god, yeah,
which is really awesome. And
That's the legitimate reason we're missing Houston tonight.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, he is actually on Xbox at the moment. I got the notification from
Is
the
it
thingy. Uh, oops,
unforgivable? What?
he did. He got it, and he turned to his partner and said to her, "Just so you know, you're single for the next week." And she went, "I covered." I
Well,
thought, "Oh dear."
it's actually my first time playing. That's my first time, guys. Popping my Halo cherry, and I've kind of played Halo Reach before and a little bit of Halo 3 multiplayer, but never really played them properly. And yeah, I mean, so far so good. I've played through co-op of the first Halo game with my good buddy Ashley, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, can definitely recommend that. It's a lot of gaming goodness for your cashish. Okay, so next thing on the list actually came out yesterday. Was Assassin's Creed Unity, which is for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And if you're still on the previous generation, 360, PS3, and I think actually PC as well. I'm not sure on that one, but you get Assassin's Creed Rogue. So it's two entirely separate games. Kind of came out at the same time. Not sure why they decided to do that, but cool, pretty cool, right? I think they were worried about sort of the last gen holding back Unity a bit, but
I think they wanted to build a game specifically for this generation, but not have the problems that Flag had, where they go, right, we can do this. Oh, but wait, we have to make sure we scale it back for the older generations and stuff like that. So I think they thought, right, we'll separate and make two completely separate games while still being, still maintaining the experience they can. I thought it was a clever idea to do it. It does mean if you're a giant Assassin's Creed fan, you have to play both versions. That means you have to have both previous gen and the next gen.
Now that's probably the real reason. It's the money maker, man. It's the money maker.
Well, there's that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just to point out, I've played Assassin's Creed yesterday, Unity, on the Xbox One version, and yeah, it seems great. I really like the direction it's going in. It's all like you can play co-op missions now, which is really sweet. Not all the missions are co-op. I had assumed that the entire campaign would be cooperative, but it's only sort of select missions. But so far, so good. The assassinations seem a bit more open, so kind of a bit more like Hitman, which I really liked. You get to pick how you're gonna like enter the environment. So in the first assassination, you've got to enter a building and you've got to find out, oh, how am I going to do this? And you get a choice. And then you get like a choice of how you're going to take down the target, which is actually really cool. But yeah, I will say though that it's been getting quite a bit of bad rep in the sense that I think even the BBC have picked this one up. That there's been quite a few quite a few glitches in it. So I think people are kind of pissed off that it's a bit unfinished. But I will say I've had a few frame rate issues, but nothing like game breaking, so I don't know whether it's sort of overblown a bit, whether it's overhyped and they just, is the media rolling with a little report that something was a bit dodgy and, and they've made it sound worse than it is, or whether it's genuinely a problem. But personally, I haven't experienced any sort of major issues, so that's good.
Hopefully, if the problems do exist, they'll just patch them out as quickly as possible, and then people who are having these issues will hopefully no longer have them, which would be.
I guess that's ultimately the beauty and the flaw of this generation, because it's great that they can do that. I love the fact, oh great, brilliant new content, or oh they fixed that bug or whatever. But ultimately, like me and Ash were discussing this, yesterday, that it's like, well, it's so commonplace now to just release something that's essentially unfinished and just give people like a sort of piss poor kind of half-assed product and just be like, oh, it's fine, we'll patch it when they bitch about it in a couple of days, which is kind of worrying, because you wouldn't get that on not the previous generation, but like the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 and GameCube and stuff, because these games came out and you couldn't patch them. They were as they were,
Yeah.
So
it is a double-edged sword, and
Yeah, it's good, but ultimately a shame at the same time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Anyway, uh, Grand
Before
Theft
we get to games
Auto.
that are coming out soon.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 is another remake for you.
Yay!
Grand Theft
Coming to
Auto. Do you remember GTA London? Anyway,
Oh, so good.
yeah,
1969 was amazing. Had all the broken teeth and everything.
yeah,
But
yeah, it's great spin-off. Spin-offs.
they were good
What
GTA.
was it? It would have been DLC, right? I guess in today's day, but
In today's standard, yeah, it was a DLC. I think it was an expansion pack back then, like the Sims original ones, like that.
yeah. I seem to remember it getting a standalone release as well. But anyway, enough about London. GTA 5. It's coming out on current gen Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and also PC. Um, it looks pretty sweet. It's got some good features that I think we're going to talk about later in one of the articles that we've got to discuss. Ultimately, is it worth the asking price given that everyone's kind of already played it? I'm not convinced, but they're still charging full price for it, you see. But
When
uh,
it drops down in price, maybe.
yeah, and with so many games this month, it's a bit of a bitch, but there we go.
I, I'm annoyed it's not. I was expecting them to do it. I
Yeah,
was fully expecting them, but I was expecting them to port the same game, add one or two features, and then have it. Oh, and if you want it on next gen, you can have it for 30 quid or something stupid.
I think 30 quid's probably my upper limit on this one because I played it on 360. Had a lot of fun with it. The multiplayer was really fun. But I'm not paying 60 quid or 50 quid or whatever it is to play it again.
I wouldn't mind. I don't mind the physical price if they like they did, with it was Arkham Asylum on 360, where like a year later they re-released it as the Game of the Year edition, including all the DLC and everything, and then they fixed a load of bugs and they added a few extra things. And it was just like, okay, that's worthwhile because that's to me that's like, okay, if you didn't pick up the first time, pick up the second time. So I was kind of expecting them to sort of do that, but they haven't included anything extra. It's just the same game with
Yeah,
one or two
you do.
times.
It is quite polished by the looks of it, and yeah, as I did briefly say, there are some new things that worth like they're looking out for. Look like they're worth looking out for. But yeah, again, I don't know if it's worth the money, but we'll see. Um,
No.
what else we got? Oh my God, so many more. This massive month. Far Cry 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, the Xbox 260. It's a typo that got out of hand. It sounded cool, right? 260.
Oh yeah.
The PS3 and the PC. Um, yeah, I never played the other Far Cry's. Maybe I'm missing out. It looks pretty sweet, but I've never played it, so I had to.
Far Cry 1 and 2 were good. 3 was a bit of a letdown. And 4 was meant to be what 3 was meant to be. 3 was felt really small.
Oh, okay.
So 4 was meant to be quite more open worldy, so it's meant to feel better in that sense. So
I
it,
heard lots of good things about Blood Dragon. That kind of spin-offy version of Far Cry.
oh yeah, the
Was it like an 80s sort of retro, neon lights and kind of.
yeah.
It
No,
looked,
that's right. This is one I haven't played, but I know which one you mean.
yeah, it,
Um,
it looked very good, and I did mean to pick it up, but never got around to it. So, ooh, Sonic games, Carl. I'll take these
let's
ones.
just no, let's forget they exist.
Why?
Played the demo.
What of the? Okay, so Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, which is coming out on 3DS and 2DS. I presume you've played this one,
Yep.
the demo, and it not good?
Not good would be giving it a compliment.
Oh, ouch.
It was appalling. The
Oh no.
controls felt
And that's,
clunky.
that's basically coming from like one of the biggest Sonic fans in the history of the universe.
Maybe. I'll
So
show the boxes as well. Hold on. No. I won't scar you. I won't scar you. Yeah. I wasn't. It's a reboot while also being a reboot on the side. So there might be other games going back to more. traditional thing. I like the new grappling mechanic; it's quite cool. But the controls on the 3DS, 2DS anyway, feel rather clunky. It feels slow, and it just feels like it should be. I was playing it. I'm just like, okay, Sonic was about precise platforming originally. It was about not being the fastest thing in the world, but it was about being precise and right to get the best time to get there is to do this and to follow this specific route. Where this is kind of just like one route, and you can go back and forth in the front and back of the world, and that's all right. And it just feels, and you swap between characters at any time. It's lost something that was a Sonic game. It just doesn't feel like a Sonic game. It just feels really poor. They've tried to cope with the lack of speed, even though there was no need for a lack of speed. So, because Sonic like walks, and you press a button to dash, and then he sprints. Then you let go of the sprint, and then he slowly slows down. So, and you need to be stopped still to do certain attacks and it's just like I give it a good half hour or so just playing through the demo again and again. I'm just like, I don't like this. I really was just disappointed.
Oh, that is a shame to hear. I mean, maybe the Wii U Sonic is better, but do you know anything about that one?
From what I've seen, it looks a little bit. It looks obviously graphically better, and it's from a third person from like a 2D version, and you can have more characters at the same time, and it looks good, but there's still lots of things about it that something's just. I'm not gonna. It'll be the first Sonic game that I've not picked up on launch date. Because normally, even with the Lost World, I picked it up on launch day and stole Aquadon's Wii U just to play it.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Video file somewhere still, but it was the first one that I've decided, no.
Well, that's a shame to hear, but Sonic Boom though, what a great move that Guile does in Street Fighter.
Yes, and it's the name of a really great Sonic song as well. And you get a Sonic CD, which is my favourite Sonic era, and they have a song called Sonic Boom, so it was just like, oh. So,
yeah. I am aware. So what else is coming out? WWE 2K15. Does it make it sound cooler if I say 2K15?
Word.
WWE anyway. Wrestlers, sweaty dudes acting out fighting in a ring is essentially what that one is. That was delayed.
And it's also, it's a month late. It was meant to come out on Halloween. That's why we were going to have a Geek Night. That's why we had a Geek Night on Halloween, specifically to play that game.
So potentially Geek Night to play this month, maybe next month. I don't know. WWE anyway. It's coming out this month. It's on Xbox One. It's on PlayStation 4. I'm not sure what else it's on. Maybe it's on previous gen as well. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, 21st. Last two things. Littlebigplanet 3. And we had this debate about whether this was one word or several words.
Well, from what I can understand, it is meant to be just one word. No space. Lowercase, no space. Just no space. No.
Littlebigplanet 3, PS3, PS4. Something about my sack and a boy. I might get into legal trouble.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so Littlebigplanet 3. I'm not going to talk much about that because I don't know much about it and I don't want to embarrass myself. But also, run out of time already, and we've done the games. The other thing that comes out this month that Carlos, I'm sure you're going to love, long time, is Pokemans and Alpha Sapphire.
I am indeed.
2DS. Right at the end of the month.
It's 28th. I have the day off, and I'm going to be playing Alpha Sapphire all day because,
Gaming days off, man. They are awesome.
They are. There's only one for Evolve as well. I'm gonna do it.
There's nothing sweeter than thinking I'm getting paid right now to play video games.
If only you could actually do it as a sustainable job.
Looking at this Q&A thing.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, I love this little big.
It is quite awesome, yes.
Hi, Blake. Hi. Uh, right, so let's move on to articles to discuss. Because, yeah, as you can see, there's a lot coming out. It's coming up for Christmas, isn't it? So they're trying to take the money out of everyone's wallet.
Yep.
So, first article is about Majora's Mask on the 3DS, which, for starters, this is not what the article's about, but holy shit balls!
I don't want to
like one of the I would say one of the main reasons, but just one of the reasons that I got a 3DS originally was the Ocarina of Time, which is amazing. I love Zelda games.
So I've never played them. Hiding.
Carl! This is even worse than the Resident Evil thing. But yeah, I mean Majora's Mask. Actually, I never played Majora's Mask, so you're all right.
Yes.
I know, yeah.
Oh.
It's because when it came out, it was like pretty much what I would describe as like towards the end of the N64's lifetime, and the games then were like 55 quid, and I was a poor man, a poor boy. I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low, and I never got to play it. So the fact that this is coming out on the 3DS made me jizz in my pants. So, but yeah, the actual article is apparently that it's going to play differently on the old and the new 3DS. Is there?
Yeah, apparently.
Elaborate on that, Mr. Jackal.
From what I can understand from it, because of the stronger CPU and the slightly better. Let's be honest, it's the 3DSi. So it's a tiny little upgrade for them to get some more money out of us. Then they put the SNES colours on. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, Nintendo, now I've got to buy it.
And it's fairly. They call it a C stick, but to be honest, it's so small. I'm inclined to call it the C nipple.
I'm inclined to call it the C penis.
The C penis. I just want to see nipples.
I like it. I like it. This show's got that. It's also on nipples.
It's alright. It's rated 18. You know, bottom corner it says 18 plus, so we're good. We're good.
We're all covered about the nipples.
I will not get nipples out in this episode, but stay tuned because next month, who knows what might
happen. But yeah, apparently it might play differently on different hardware. There's no confirmation yet about what it is. The series producer, I'm going to butcher his name, E.J. Amunya, E-I-J-I, so E.G. Anunima, A-O-N-U-M-A. Sorry.
I can't pronounce that either. So.
Depending on which hardware, he said it might play differently. He said it won't look visually difficult, but the new 3DS matter, so it might work. Like there might be different camera angles to do with the C stick, or it might be slightly better controlled because of the back buttons and things like that, the extra triggers. So it could be something like that. It could be any of those things. It's one of those things where not much details has come out apart from he said 2015 they might play differently, but
so sort of a mystery at this point. But
initially, but I thought at the moment it's one of those things that I thought should be sort of paid attention. On to the next article to try and jump it along as quickly as possible. We do have the new overview trailer for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire has been released. It's just showing up some of the extra things, some of the new mirage spots with the legendaries that you can find, and some of the cosplay Pikachu things, and just some updates about that. While we're on the subject of Pokemon, X-Blaze in the chat has asked, do you like Mega Koga or Mega Groudon more? Personally, Koga.
Oh,
Kyoga.
oh, controversial. Controversial.
Water Beast. Um, I thought that would work. I thought we'll go with that one. So,
I thought you were going to give some kind of universal answer, like, oh, they're Pokemon and I love them all equally for different reasons, man. But no, you didn't.
well, if you put Mega Rayquaza in there, it would have been Mega Rayquaza. He's just the boss. Rayquaza's just the boss. But Primal Kyogre or Mega Kyogre, which he won, was probably going to be my favourite out of the two. Hence why I've gone for Alpha Sapphire. Simple, easy.
Awesome.
The next article on the list is more of a Podge and Dan. So Podge can take it away.
Yeah, okay, so this article is about Resident Evil Revelations 2, and there has been a gameplay video posted in which some kind of elements of the controls are revealed and some of the menus, etc., etc. But I have to confess, I haven't actually watched this video, so yeah, I can't really comment on it really. But yeah, it comes out soon. It's coming out as episodes, and eventually it's going to get a retail release. Apparently, the retail release is going to have more content. From what I've seen so far, it looks sweet. Revelations 1 was awesome, and if you haven't played it, play it because it's really good. It's kind of right back to these sort of survival horror roots, but there's still a good balance with the sort of action elements, and yeah, it's a great game. So I'm expecting good things from Revelations 2. I just hope they don't mess it up. So yeah, there's a video out there with some controller-based action in it.
Might be worth taking a look-see at. Next article we've got listed up is about the Xbox One sales. The Xbox One sales have tripled, but the PS4's still got a lead of 5 million consoles.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. They definitely advertised it better from the start, and I guess it's
it wasn't such a clusterfuck of a launch.
Yeah, Microsoft really messed up, didn't they, with their launch? Yeah. But I still don't regret getting my One. I really like my One, and it for me it's had the right exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. While the PS4 seems to be more. While the PS4 seems to be a more stable console, it was one of those where it was it's just not got the games there for me, so it's a shame.
Yeah, exactly. I think for the most part the games are the same. There's a few Xbox One games, exclusives that I wanted to play, and I guess mates were getting Xbox One. So yeah, again, I'll say what I've always said with this is basically just get the console that your friends are getting, because most of the fun I have has been, most of the most memorable times have been when I've been playing online with mates and stuff. So yeah, get what your friends are getting and forget about this 1080p crap. Just enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, and just have fun with your friends, basically.
Yep. On to speaking about the Masterchef coming out earlier. There's been some bugs in his stew. It's got a very good health and safety rating, and the restaurant's been closing down. But 3-4 Industries is promising to pull up their aprons and scrub the place clean.
That was really good. Was that on the spot?
That kind of was. I'm quite impressed. But we'll just say, well, of course it is. My natural talent is. No.
Well, yeah. To be fair, right? Halo. We tried to play multiplayer. This is me, Aquadon, and Ash. Tried to play multiplayer, and we couldn't get into a game. We were searching for a long time, and we didn't find one. But we have been able to play cooperatively, no problem. And we've played sort of a private game, where we've invited each other in to just the three of us or whatever, and that's been fine. Yeah, again, don't think it's acceptable to release a kind of balked game, but
a balked old game that they've already released once before, and all they have to do is port it across.
Well, see, this time they promised dedicated servers. There's a bit of debate whether it actually is dedicated servers or not, but I mean, and of course, Halo 1 never had online multiplayer.
It
So,
did? Oh no, sorry, PC version did. My mistake.
yeah, well, did it? I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, because Halo 2 was like the launch of Live,
yeah.
right? So,
Halo 2 was launched live, and then they released Halo 1 back on the PC with multiplayer.
yeah, apparently it's fine once you're in a game, but apparently it's just not matchmaking people together for some reason, which is bizarre. But I mean, so far I've been kind of, away from these bugs because I've just been playing the campaigns.
Yeah.
So
343 have already apologised and said that they are going to be releasing patches to fix the issues, which is
I think again that the problem here is probably the same problem that's happened with Asprey, which is that there are issues, true, but I think again it's been overblown by the sort of media and they've sensationalized it like, oh my god, it's totally broken, and I don't think it's as bad as they're saying.
end of the world, end of the world.
Yeah, it's because they want fucking links. We live in a world of link bait and shit all over Facebook and oh my god, you can't believe this, can't believe that, and some people just buy into it. But to be in all honesty, yes, there are some issues, but I genuinely don't believe they're as bad as they're making them out to be. And same with Asprey, and that's on all platforms. So yeah.
Agreed. We're going to next article. We're going to use it to also answer a question. We got a question again off play saying, "What about the new first?" Let me hit select on it first. Hey, so what about the new first-person POV in GTA 5 for next gen and PC? Funnily enough, our next articles cover the first-person mode confirmed for GTA 5 and Online Heists added.
Yeah, this is specifically why we didn't mention it in the game, because I knew we were going to talk about this later. But have you seen the video for this? Because
yes,
it looks really good.
It looks really good and really awkward to control.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure it'd be harder to control than your standard, but I think you'd quickly get used to it. But in all honesty, I was really impressed with this video. I mean, if it's even half as good as what this video makes out to be,
Definitely.
it looks.
And the heists look great as well. It's the feature that they've been promising for ages, and they're finally giving it us. And the heists look a lot of fun. And they look. Are the heists in the first-person point of view enough to warrant the bump in price?
I think this is. Again, I think this is one to get for Christmas or get like in the January sales or something, because I can't. It's too much money now. It's too much money.
Yeah. When it comes down in price or when it gets to the event, it's worth picking up. But unless you've never played the games before, then maybe it's and you were waiting for the PC version, like so you run there were, or you were waiting for the current gen. I could say current gen is I still can't be Xbox One's current gen. I remember my Dreamcast was current gen.
Those are simpler times.
They were.
Yeah, I think there's still a bit of an issue with like people calling it next gen, but really it's current gen now. I mean, we're actually like in about a week's time. In fact, in exactly a week, the Xbox One has been out for a year in the UK. On the 22nd of November, it came out in 2013. So next Saturday, yeah, that's been a year. And then the PlayStation 4 was out on I think the 29th, so like the week after. So we're almost at a full year of current gen.
And what I think's the most impressive with that is a year in current gen, where Sony's kind of just sort of sailed along and just riled everything, where Microsoft's actually sort of gone, right, we need to book up our ideas, and they've quickly changed things around and stuff. And they've dropped the Connect, that you have to connect, they've dropped the price down, they've done a lot of work to turn it around, so hopefully it's up and up.
I actually think in some ways that's kind of worked out quite nicely, because, yeah, I think since the issues, they've basically been licking ass trying to win back customers, and a lot of it's been really good stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully they'll keep dropping by the time Evolve comes out, I'll be able to pick one up for a tenner.
They'll be giving away in cereal next week,
They are.
Also,
I get cereal and an Xbox.
yeah. Also, yeah, you've won an Xbox. Um,
Ding.
sorry, do you keep hearing these dings?
Yes, I am.
My beef is I'm too popular. I get in text messages.
Ah, Android L priority mode. Done. You.
I really should have thought about it, but yeah,
Nah.
I didn't even think about it. Sorry guys, I've disrupted your view.
It's okay. It is worth it to hear that ding. But yeah, well, I think we can safely say that's a wrap, really. Unless there's anything you can think of you need to quickly add to the conversation or anything like that, Pudgy?
No, nothing as such. I think that's pretty much everything. There's a lot to go through this month. I guess, yeah, enjoy the games, man. It's a good month.
Yeah. It is. Especially, I'll be losing my life in Pokemon, which is awesome. Yay, fun. Fun. At the moment, I'm trying to complete Sonic Generations before Pokemon comes out. Sonic Generations for the DS, 3DS, 2DS. Because I've not played it before, so. Anyway, good enough of that ranting. We will leave you, beautiful people. So, if you like this podcast, you can always come back next month. The 15th every month. Okay, we'll try to be the 15th. It's close to the middle of the month as possible. We try to be here. We try to show you, beautiful people, as much news as we can find and what we think is interesting. If you want to see more of us, you can always go check out our website at www.geekingupandnotch.co.uk. I'll be a link on the bottom there. Also links to our YouTube and stuff like that are all on there. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys. Say goodbye, Pudge.
What was the line again? Goodbye, Podge.
Peace out, guys.
See you later, guys.